Critical race theory had a good run as the GOP's favourite attack line on the left, but it seems that groomer has become the right's new buzzword of choice. Of course, child sexual abuse is a real problem. An estimated 1 in 10 children will be the victim of sexual abuse before they turn 18, which is shocking, and which makes it even more disgusting that Republicans have turned the issue of child abuse into a cheap political football that they're kicking around for their own gain. Actual vulnerable kids be damned. Ron DeSantis' own then press secretary cartoonishly claimed back in March that, quote, if you're against the anti-grooming bill, you are probably a groomer, or at least you don't denounce the grooming of 4 to 8-year-old children. Silence is complicity. This is how it works, Democrats, and I didn't make the rules. That so-called anti-grooming bill that Christina Pushaw was talking about, you probably know it better as Florida's Don't Say Gay law, the law that fuels the long-held fallacy that sexual orientation and sexual abuse are somehow linked, that gay people are grooming children, all of those horrible slurs and smears that have made a comeback, all part of the Republicans' pretend crusade against grooming and against child sex abuse. But you know what they say, every accusation is an admission. Take Patricia Kent, a Utah woman who founded a right-wing political group that has attacked drag shows and who herself has claimed that drag queens were, quote, grooming our children for immoral satanic worship. Turns out she's the same woman who had her teaching certificate revoked 25 years ago by the Utah State Board of Education for unprofessional conduct, including inappropriate relationships with students that were, quote, too familiar. Kent has denied those allegations. And then, of course, there's conservative firebrand Jim Jordan. The GOP can't seem to attend a hearing without putting him front and center. Before he was a congressman, Jim Jordan used to do all of his yelling as former assistant wrestling coach at the Ohio State University, where 8 former student wrestlers have accused him of ignoring sexual abuse allegations about a team doctor back in the 1990s. Jordan denies any wrongdoing. There's also Roy Moore. How can we forget him? The 2017 Republican candidate for a U.S. Senate seat in Alabama, endorsed by Trump and by the RNC, who was accused of sexual misconduct or impropriety by 8 women that occurred when some of them were still girls as young as 14 and 16. Roy Moore denied any wrongdoing. Some Republicans have even been arrested. Republican strategist and donor Tony Lazzaro was arrested last summer for underage sex trafficking. He's pleaded not guilty. 2 GOP candidates who ran in the midterm elections only weeks ago were arrested on sex crime charges. One is South Dakota State Senate candidate Joel Koskan, who is facing felony child abuse charges involving a family member. Koskan denies having intercourse with the victim. And the other is Arizona College Board candidate Randy Kaufman. He's been charged with public sexual indecency for an alleged act outside of a preschool. And let's not forget the ones who served time in prison, including the former Republican Speaker of the House, Denny Hastert, who spent 13 months in prison after admitting to sexually abusing young boys. The judge called him a serial child molester. The former GOP House Speaker. How can we never hear his name? And earlier this year, an ex-GOP staffer who helped design social media ads for Donald Trump's re-election campaign was sentenced to 12.5 years in prison for trading in child pornography. So this is the environment in which Governor DeSantis' press secretary, Christina Pushaw, has smeared Democrats as groomers. So what are we to make of this new New York Times story that DeSantis reportedly attended student parties when he was a high school teacher 20 years ago, with one alum telling the Times, as an 18-year-old, I remember thinking, what are you doing here, dude? DeSantis' office did not respond to the New York Times. Look, to be clear, Ron DeSantis didn't do anything illegal or criminal, maybe just a bit weird and creepy. Still, such is the hysteria around this issue now, thanks to the GOP cynicism, that if Ron DeSantis were a Democrat, Christina Pushaw might call him a groomer too. But he's not, so she won't.